Eagles are wearing all black this weekend, Sunday night, when the Green Bay Packers come to town. That's why I'm wearing black. And you're here for our weekly one-on-one with head coach Nick Sirianni, presented by Wawa. I'm Eagles Insider Dave Spadaro. Coach, happy Thanksgiving to you. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody out there. It's a festive week.
Yeah, happy Thanksgiving.
Let's finish it off with a win against the Packers. I want to start with Jonathan Gannon. Earlier in the week, you promoted him for Assistant Coach of the Year. A lot of attention paid to it. Clearly, you are proud of the job that he's done. What are some of the challenges that he's faced, so many new faces, and how this defense has performed in 10 games?
Yeah, obviously, I think the world of Jonathan, and that's why he's here as our defensive coordinator, and he just continues to get better. He doesn't allow bumps in the road to affect his next performance, which was on full display this week. And I think he's got a great ability to teach, a great ability to connect with all the guys in his room and all the new guys in his room. Just want to show my support for him, how much I believe in him, and how good of a game plan him and his staff did. And obviously the players went out and executed it to a T on Sunday.
Sticking with the defense, Linval Joseph and Ndamukong Suh come in 3 days of practice-ish. Then they come in, they play well. So as you look at that group with Fletch, with Hargrave, with Milton, how does it work kind of moving forward?
Yeah, we'll see. We don't have to really think about how it's anything except for this game, right? And it'll continue to evolve. Things will happen, and just really excited. Whenever you have the depth at a position like that, right? It's huge, and we have great depth. When you got that rotation, you're able to stay fresh. You're able to stay fast and physical. And man, Howie's done a great job of getting great players in here. I always love seeing Fletch and Javon coming off the field, but it was pretty sweet seeing two new faces coming off the field and high-fiving them after a big stop, after a good play. Just really excited about that group. Man, it's crazy because we were really excited about that group coming into the season. We've lost two guys from that group, and now we're still really excited. Like, Howie's done a great job of just adding talent, great professionals into that room.
On the offensive side, Nick, Jalen Hurts has the comeback win in Indianapolis. And I wonder, when you're evaluating the growth of a quarterback, where is that category, that comeback in the fourth quarter win category? How important is that to you?
Yeah, it's huge. Again, it goes into all the character things that you think about with a quarterback. And I've said this a couple times this week when asked about Jalen, is it's very noticeable when people talk about Jalen, the first things that you talk about Jalen, because it's the things that stick out most about Jalen, are his leadership qualities, his work ethic, his demeanor, no matter what the situation is in the game. Those tend to be the things you say first about Jalen because they're so special, that the qualities he has there are so special, right? And then you get into his ability to throw and read defenses and run the football. And it feels like that's a 2 years worth of, what do you think of Jalen? Boom, you talk about his demeanor in big-time scenarios. And so it didn't surprise any of us. It's huge, but that's who he is as a person and as a player. He has this great ability to be able to be in the moment and not think about the magnitude of the moment, but think about just, what do I need to do to be successful at this play, at this time, block everything else out. And that's a great quality to have in your leader.
It's interesting. Aaron Rodgers comes to town. Jalen Hurts is on the other sideline. And they seem to play the game a bit differently. I mean, I know Aaron has had some success in the past running the football. There's a lot of different ways to play the position, right? I mean, you're the expert. What are the characteristics that you really boil down to what you need to see from a great quarterback?
Yeah, I mean, I think those intangible things that Jalen has is obviously so important. And then as far as on the field, it's always about making good decisions with the football in a timely fashion, delivering the ball accurately to the receiver after you've made the right decision, and being able to create. And then in Jalen's case and in Aaron's case, you got to play in some elements. So you're going to have the arm strength enough to be able to pierce the wind, to cut it through the cold and do all those different things. And so those are the three main things. And then depending on where you play football at, it's that arm strength.
Halftime for the first 8 weeks, it was great. Big lead for the Eagles. Let's go. Last 2 games, you've trailed at halftime, and it just take me behind the curtain. Fans always are you standing on a pulpit or pounding Newt Rockney speeches? What happens in the locker room? It's such a short period of time. What's Nick Sirianni doing?
The message that we believe is important for the team has been delivered all week, right? You have a theme of the week of what you think is important to win that game, and that message is talked about all week. So, all you have to do, there's no Newt Rockney speech, right? There's no perfect speech that's going to get anybody to do anything different, really. But sometimes it is just a key word from a message that you had all week that snaps them back into what you think might be important. But make no mistake about it, the most things that you're doing are you're talking about that next series that you're going to have. You have an extended amount of time to talk about that next series. You're talking about, you know, any new wrinkles or new adjustments or anything you want to do.
Nobody's breaking a blackboard. That doesn't happen ever in your life? You've never seen...
I'm not saying that hasn't happened. That has definitely happened. Has it happened this year? It has not happened this year. But has that happened to me in my career? Me not answering allows you to understand that maybe it has. And
Fair enough. All right, Fletcher Cox plays in game 167 as a Philadelphia Eagle, 8th all-time, passing legends. I mean, for you as a young coach to come into a locker room with leaders, veterans, experienced players like that, how much has that meant to you?
Yeah, huge. I always said this, like my first year last year and obviously into my second year as a NFL head coach, I wasn't like other first-year head coaches in the sense of this. I had a very experienced general manager, was able to help me navigate through things. And then on top of that, I have 4 guys in Brandon Graham and Jason Kelsey and Lane Johnson and Fletcher Cox that are plus 10-year guys at offense and defensive line who know what it's like to win it all and who have great leadership abilities to lead. How fortunate am I with those 4 guys? And Fletch is obviously huge to that. And, you know, that really has helped me. I really have cherished that. You know, I appreciate you asking a question because it gives me to brag on those guys because I love those guys. And not only are they great players, they're great leaders, they're great people. 167 games, that's pretty darn impressive. And Fletch has done a great job this year of, you know, controlling his guy on the line of scrimmage consistently. And so that's pretty special that's how many games he's had, and that's a heck of a lot of games. Man, that's awesome.
And hopefully, Coach, a Pro Football Hall of Fame call will be coming in the future for Fletcher Cox. But right now, we're focused on the Green Bay Packers Sunday night. They come to town, and we're excited about that. Happy Thanksgiving to you, Coach. Happy Thanksgiving to everyone out there. Thanks for joining, everyone. Our weekly one-on-one with head coach Nick Sirianni, presented by Wawa.